Kittens, I have a tale to tell you. Now, apparently, there's a new Michael Jackson musical, which, generally speaking, I would love to see because I do like Michael Jackson. I think he's was awesome, and I love his music, and I have many of his songs, on the YouTube music library thing, whatever you call it. Unfortunately, because I've just started savings, I don't really actually have the money to go to see the musical. And my worker and I were planning on going to see the musical, and we looked at prices and all that sort of thing. But at the moment in time, I really don't have the cash to go and see it. Now, if the musical, let's say they said, oh, it's going to be, playing for the next 2 years, then I would consider going to see it, let's say, in 6 months' time or maybe a year. But because I've just started saving and I really want to save a good amount of money behind me and have, like a buffer behind me, I just feel I can't afford to go to the Michael Jackson musical at the moment in time, which is rather unfortunate because, as I say, I do like Michael Jackson. He was truly an icon and the king of pop. And, he had fantastic songs in it when his dance moves was legendary, as we all know. So, unless they say, oh, the musical is going to be playing for the next 2 years or something, I don't actually know how long it's going to be around. I really can't afford the Michael Jackson musical. And sometimes in life, whether it be a musical or a theatre show or other things, sometimes it just doesn't fit in the budget. And I let my worker know that, and she was okie dokie and all that sort of thing. It's good when you explain your situation to, people around you and they're okie dokie and all that sort of thing. Like they understand where I'm coming from and that I want to save money. So I said to my worker, because we were talking about money, and I said, what I want to have is like a buffer of, let's say, maybe 10 grand or something. And then if I wanted to travel or something like that, or, buy, some gadgets or tech, then I'd have plus, let's say, 5,000 or plus, another 10,000 for travel or whatever it would be. And I know it's going to take time for me to save what I want to save, but I've learned that it's important to have money behind you. And especially at my age, I should have started the savings earlier, but there's nothing I can do about that. I'm starting now, I'm going slowly and nicely, and I just feel I need to save and all that sort of thing. Now, if for some bizarre reason, I hear that the Michael Jackson musical is going to be playing for the next year, then, maybe next year I look at going to see it. But at the moment, I have to concentrate on the old savings. And in life, sometimes as adults, we've got to do that. We've got to concentrate on, the mundane and be responsible adults and all that sort of thing. And, when I say, oh, I'd like to save $10,000 a buffer, that's hypothetical. I mean, if I save more, awesome. If I only save 5,000, well, that's just the way it is. But I believe it's not the amount that you save, it's the fact that you have a buffer behind you, just in case you need it. And also, it's good to have some money behind you anyhow. You don't want to just be struggling all your life and spend it all. That's one thing I've learnt. And also, too, in regards to saving, I mean, I'm not a financial advisor or anything like that, but what I personally do is when I get my pension paid, which I have a pension, I pay a certain amount into my savings first, and then I spend afterwards. What most people do is they spend and then they find they don't have anything to save, but I've reversed it. The old reverso card, as they say. Stay in the light, press subscribe, notification bell, like, share video, view video, and all that sort of thing. So yes, this video is about, money, savings, Michael Jackson. And when I have a conversation in video, when you have a conversation, you're not going to just talk about one subject. You're not going to just talk about footy all the time. You'll talk about footy, you talk about your family, you might talk about the cat, you might talk about, the kids need new shoes if you've got kids. You do change subjects in conversation. And as I said before to you guys, and girls and kittens, that when I talk to you, it is like having a cup of tea. At the moment, I can't have a cup of tea because I'm getting a blood test the next day, so I'm just drinking water. Anywho, that's my little bit for the day. Meow, meow, meow.